The 7.0 beta for the coming Timelines expansion promises a lot of changes for X4 foundations. While others might be most excited about the new ships, these rows caught my attention the most. Improved AI flight by not interrupting travel mode due to small cool changes. Improved AI flight by moving to jump gates. Improved capital ship movement when approaching and exiting gates, accelerators and highways. These improvements seems to be above to large traders, besides the time saver when moving fleets with capitals around. When I read this, I went directly to test these new behaviors. But before I show how they perform in the current state of the beta, I want to first show why these points are a problem with the large trader performance in the current state of the game. Large trading ships have a reputation for being way worse than medium trading ships. They can't fly over the highway, which gives them speed disadvantages in areas with highways. But besides this, random stops, collisions, gating problems, and according to these problems, a lot of very long acceleration phases, thanks to the long travel drive, charge-up time, and time to maximum travel speed, which is luckily way shorter on the Terran travel engine, and therefore the Terran travel engine is considered to be the best large drive. Due to these difficulties, large traders are mostly only used for repeat orders, or to sell larger amount of wares to NPC faction wars, or simply to keep our overall ship count low. But this could change now, due to the earlier mentioned beta changes. To see the effect of the changes, I let the new HERON E, together with the Demeter Vanguard and the Shuyaku Sentinel, fly through some systems and observe their behavior. I was also curious about the HERON E, because of its travel speed and huge cargo capacity. But keep in mind that this is a beta and everything can change. But back to the fly behaviors. It completely surprised me when I saw the first iTrader approaching the first gate and jumping on the other side nearly instantly. Later on, it turned out that sometimes the jumping went smoothly and sometimes it took a while. But for those traders in other systems than mine, the gating went without trouble, as you can see on the map. Also, the amount of random ship collisions was reduced, as well as the amount of random stops during their fly, from one gate to the other, from what I observed. In the low attention mode, I observed a smooth travel for large traders. Since most of the time our trading ships aren't close to us, these changes promise to be a huge change in the coming Timelines expansion, and a new evaluation of large traders is needed then. But keep in mind that everything shown from the 7.0 beta can still change. What surprised me the most was that the first HERON E arrived slightly before the medium-sized Demeter Vanguard, which makes large traders perfect at the current state of the beta to move large amounts of cargo around, but they are still a pricey option in contrast to the medium traders. But even in this case, I like the idea that I can reduce the number of ships in service in the late game by spending a bit more money. I'm now at the end of this short preview and want to thank Egosoft for working on these changes. I hope you're as excited about these improvements as I am, and feel free to share your opinion about them in the comments. Until next time.